What's up, everybody? It's me, Ryan Garcia. I'm headed to New York May 2nd. Gonna be there with my friend Turkey Al-Sheik. We're gonna run it back in New York. Let's get it.
The wait is finally over, as Ryan Garcia has officially announced his return on May 2nd, setting the stage for a heated showdown against Rolando Romero. But that's not all. Garcia's longtime rival, Haney, will also be fighting on the same card, making this one of the most anticipated nights in recent boxing history. Ryan Garcia's father, Henry Garcia, recently gave fans a glimpse of Ryan's training, sharing footage of him hitting the fierce reflex bag with incredible speed and power. Henry captioned the post, "The best left in the world." Today, Ryan was at his best, calm and collective, but still dangerous when it comes to boxing. Here he is, hitting the fierce reflex bag at full strength and speed. Let's go! In the clip, Ryan can be seen working out in the gym with his trainer, Eddie Reynoso, showcasing his lightning-fast hand speed and his signature powerful left hook on the reflex bag. Fans quickly reacted to Ryan's training video, showing their excitement to see him back in action. Another fan added, "Ryan looking big as LOL. Some fans were even bold enough to predict future victories, with one stating, "Ryan gonna roll Devin again, no excuses this time, Devin." Others praised his commitment and work ethic, as one fan remarked, "Ryan looks focused. He looks disciplined too." Another fan expressed hope for Garcia's improvement under Reynoso, saying, "Hope Reynoso can shape him the right way. If so, it's over for Raleigh LOL." On the other side, Rolando Romero is leaving no stone unturned. He has been seen sharpening his reflexes and power, focusing on improving his speed and precision. With the fight scheduled for May, Romero appears committed to proving his critics wrong and delivering a statement performance against Garcia. His training footage highlights his aggressive style, reinforcing the belief that he is preparing for an all-out war in the ring. Interestingly, Romero has also adopted elements of Canelo Alvarez's training style, adding a new dimension to his preparation. He has been working on his head movement, power shots, and defensive reflexes similar to Canelo's well-known techniques. This shift suggests that Romero is not only relying on his natural aggression, but is also refining his technical skills to match Garcia's speed and explosiveness. The rivalry between Garcia and Romero has been brewing for years, with both fighters repeatedly expressing their desire to settle their differences in the ring. While this showdown was highly anticipated, the match itself came together unexpectedly. Initially, the plan was for Garcia to face Isaac Cruz, but due to Cruz's packed schedule, Romero stepped in to take his place. Oscar De La Hoya, speaking to KO Artists Sports, shared insights into the failed negotiations with Isaac Cruz. According to him, Cruz declined the offer because he already had another fight scheduled. Despite this, De La Hoya remains open to a future clash between Garcia and Cruz. While addressing the missed opportunity, he emphasized that the focus is now on the Garcia versus Romero showdown, highlighting the unpredictability and excitement this new matchup brings.
Obviously, in boxing, you have to keep your options open, and we presented the deal to Isaac Pitbull Cruz, and respectfully he turned it down because obviously he has a fight. He had a compromise already. He had a fight coming up already, which he had, and we respected that. So we're never counting out Isaac Cruz. He's an exciting fighter. I love watching him.
De La Hoya also hinted at future possibilities if Garcia emerges victorious against Romero. He expressed enthusiasm about potentially revisiting the Garcia-Cruz fight, stating that the team is always looking to deliver thrilling matchups for the fans. Additionally, he described the upcoming Cinco de Mayo weekend event as a historic night for boxing, comparing it to the legendary fights held in iconic venues like Yankee Stadium. According to him, the Garcia versus Romero fight is set to surpass all expectations, promising to be one of the most monumental boxing events ever.
And maybe next time, maybe after Ryan Garcia, if he wins against Rollies, then maybe Cruz is next. So we're always trying to make the best fights possible, the most entertaining fights. And you mentioned New York. I mean, that's gonna be one of a kind. Cinco de Mayo weekend will be the most special night of boxing in the history of the sport. I mean, you hear about these great stories, how Sullivan and all these, fighters way in the past. The Ryan Garcia fight with Rollies in New York is it's gonna surpass anything you've ever heard of, anything you've ever seen. It's gonna be monumental. It's gonna be extraordinary. It's gonna be the best event you've ever seen for boxing.
Adding to the anticipation, Regis weighed in on the Garcia versus Romero matchup while speaking to Mill City Boxing. He described the fight as unpredictable due to the aggressive and unorthodox styles both fighters bring to the ring. According to him, both Garcia and Romero possess knockout power, making the outcome difficult to foresee.
Rolly and Ryan, I mean, I saw the sparring footage. I mean, I think that's actually it's not a predictable fight just because both of them are so wild and both of them can land punches. I think Ryan can land big punches and Rolly can land big punches too. So it's not really a predict. I would say Ryan, but man, I saw I don't know if you saw the sparring, the clip. Rolly was beating the shit out of Ryan in the gym.
While Prograis slightly leans toward Garcia, he acknowledges the threat Romero poses. He pointed out that previous sparring footage showed Romero dominating Garcia, which makes the fight even harder to predict. According to Regis, Garcia's advantage lies in his big fight experience and powerful left hook. However, Romero's wild and unconventional style could create problems if Garcia fails to maintain control. Despite favoring Garcia, Prograis uses to completely rule out the possibility of an upset, emphasizing how unpredictable this fight could be.
I go with Ryan, but I'm not counting Rolly out to hit him with some shit.
So you kind of favor Ryan? Why? Just due to the
I favor Ryan just because I think more experience, more big fight experience and stuff like that. And I favor him. Just a bigger star, and he is fast. He does have that hook and stuff, but at the same time, Rolly is just wild, and Rolly could catch him with something. So I would just favor Ryan, but it'll be an interesting fight for sure.
Popular YouTube channel Punch Drunk Boxing also reacted to the sudden shift from Isaac Cruz to Rolando Romero. Host expressed a mix of surprise and excitement over the change, highlighting how Romero's controversial personality adds another layer of intrigue. According to him, Romero's ability to stir drama and capture attention is a significant factor in making this fight even more compelling. For him, Romero's history of trash talking, which previously earned him a shot against Gervonta Tank Davis, continues to fuel interest leading up to his clash with Garcia
versus Stanionis. But now we got Rolly versus Ryan Garcia, and the good thing about it is that it's gonna be a lot of promotion now because Rolly, let me say it like this, his mouth is what got him the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. His mouth is the reason why he's in the position where he's at in the sport of boxing. And yes, he did lose to the Pitbull Cruz and stuff like that. Yeah, in the end of the day, Rolly Romero mouthpiece is needed in the sport of boxing. And what makes this even more interesting is
Punch Drunk Boxing also highlighted the potential for increased drama due to Romero's history with Devin Haney and his father, Bill Haney. According to him, Romero's outrageous claim of being Devin Haney's biological father adds an extra layer of personal tension to the fight.
Is that, look, I'm not saying that Rolly's gonna be Ryan Garcia. I believe that leading up to the promo is gonna be highly entertaining. You already know he was the one that actually came up with the Davina Haney, so you know that Rolly Romero is gonna be going at Devin Haney and Bill Haney, because he said Rolly Romero did say that he's the biological father of Devin Haney. So I'm gonna say it like this: the promo is gonna be lit. This gonna sell. It's gonna sell very, very good. It's gonna be lit, right?
Romero himself recently reignited his rivalry with the Haney camp during a random interview. When asked about Bill Haney's past remarks suggesting Romero could only park their cars, he seized the opportunity to mock Haney's current position. According to him, the fact that Devin Haney is now fighting on his undercard is a form of poetic justice. In another interview, Romero continued to take shots at Haney while expressing respect for Garcia. He acknowledged Garcia's contribution to the sport, particularly praising his performance against Haney. By highlighting Garcia's dominance over Haney, Romero further amplified the stakes of their upcoming clash. As the fight draws closer, Ryan Garcia has begun to directly engage with his fans. Ahead of his May 2nd return to New York, he delivered a message expressing his excitement and readiness. According to Garcia, the upcoming bout is not just a comeback, but a chance to deliver a statement in front of a global audience. His words reflect his determination to reassert his place at the top and silence any doubts raised by his critics.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Ryan Garcia. I'm headed to New York May 2nd. Gonna be there with my friend Turkey Al-Sheik. We're gonna run it back in New York. Let's get it.
However, Haney's decision to return against Jose Ramirez has sparked criticism from other fighters, including Gary Russell Jr., who questioned the choice, suggesting that Haney should be facing tougher opposition given the circumstances surrounding his last fight. He implied that the match against Ramirez is a safe option to protect Haney's career rather than a bold statement of dominance.
This isn't the guy to come back to fight.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Come back to fight.
Tell me why.
After some shit like that, you supposed to be now. Now it's time to drag your shorty. Now it's time to drag your.
Russell Jr. further elaborated on his concerns, suggesting that Haney's team is carefully managing his career to avoid further setbacks. He pointed out that while it is natural to protect a fighter's future, Haney's actions after the loss to Garcia give the impression that he is avoiding higher-risk opponents. According to Russell, a true champion should be willing to face all challengers without hesitation, raising questions about Haney's willingness to take on the most dangerous fighters in the division.
Now you're supposed to be on all boards. I'm trying to fight whoever now. Anybody can get it. It still look like you like, man, damn, I just lost. Man, all right, well, I'm going to try to fight that one over there.
What do you think they're doing over there?
I mean, at the end of the day, they're trying to his career. I mean, that's what people do. I can understand. I understand you trying to preserve your career, but from the outside looking in, well, from the inside looking out, Devin Haney and them, you supposed to do what's best for you.
Adding to the concerns, Henry Garcia, Ryan Garcia's father, voiced doubts about Haney's physical readiness. He highlighted Haney's jaw injury from the Garcia fight, warning that such damage could make him vulnerable against a powerful puncher like Jose Ramirez. According to Henry, the visible signs of injury during the bout suggest that Haney's jaw was either broken or severely damaged. He believes that Haney's team may have downplayed the extent of the injury, which could become a critical factor in his upcoming fight.
Yeah, well, when your jaw looks like it's been broken, it's something that you have to really be careful with, because same thing happened to the other boxer, you know. Look at your body can only take so much, okay, so much beating, okay. His jaw was either broken or it was shattered, something. And you've seen it. When blood comes out of your mouth, something's up. Most likely it's because your jaw. If they didn't admit to it, or they hit it, whatever, Ryan told me he cracked them. And you guys seen it, okay?
Henry Garcia also expressed psychological concerns for Haney as he prepares to face Ramirez. He suggested that if Ramirez lands a significant punch and drops Haney, it could have lasting mental effects on the former champion. Henry emphasized that Ramirez is a serious contender who should not be underestimated, and if Haney struggles to handle the pressure, it could further damage his confidence.
I would say that Jose Ramirez, if he cracks him, I'm worried for Haney, because psychologically, I don't think he's still ready for it. You know, I don't think he's ready for something like that, because if he gets dropped, it's going to mess him up. Jose, again, he's no pushover. If he hits him and he catches him and he drops him, that's going to go bad for Haney. That's the truth.
Meanwhile, WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson shared a more measured perspective on Haney's return. He acknowledged the intrigue surrounding Haney's return, but hinted that much of the anticipation comes from curiosity about how Haney will handle the aftermath of his previous loss. Stevenson suggested that Haney's ability to bounce back mentally would be the most important factor in determining his future success.
I think excited is like a strong word, but I'm interested. I want to see how he handles that traumatic experience that he went through, and see how he bounced back from it. So yeah.
While Stevenson recognized Haney's mental toughness, he remained cautious about predicting how Haney would perform. From his perspective, the outcome will depend on how Haney feels when he steps back into the ring. He noted that even the strongest fighters can struggle after suffering a major setback, and it remains unclear whether Haney will return as the same fighter he once was.
I know he's strong mentally, so he can win for sure, but it all depends on how he's feeling after he gets back. Is he the same fighter? Let's see, we gotta find out.
While both fighters are preparing for their individual bouts, the focus remains on the potential rematch between the two. Lamont Roach shared his thoughts, acknowledging the excitement surrounding a second fight. He emphasized that if both Garcia and Haney win their upcoming matches, the rematch would be a must-watch event. Roach highlighted the importance of Garcia being at his best to match Haney's skill level, recognizing the intensity and competitiveness such a fight would bring.
Respectively, if they both win, I'll be tuned into the, Ryan and Devin part 2 because he has to be clean to fight, right?
Ariel Helwani recently weighed in on the situation, offering a critical take on the current plans. While acknowledging the excitement surrounding Garcia's fight with Rolly Romero and Haney's bout against Jose Ramirez, Helwani expressed concerns about pushing the rematch further into the year.
The plan as of right now is Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero and Devin Haney against Jose Ramirez. Now, the initial plan seemed to be Ryan Garcia against Pitbull Cruz, but then, as we were told by, I think, Turkey himself, he said, hey, Pitbull's fighting on February 1st. He does want to put the cart before the horse. Much respect. I love that. So we're going with Rolly Romero. Now, Rolly versus Ryan, Pitbull versus Ryan, I like those matchups. Ultimately, what we all want is Devin Haney versus Ryan too.
Ariel warned that boxing's unpredictable nature, including the risk of injuries or upsets, could derail these carefully laid plans. Helwani also voiced disappointment that the rematch isn't taking place sooner, particularly in New York, where their first encounter happened. He recognized the need to keep both fighters active, but questioned the risks involved in delaying a fight fans are eager to see.
With the plan of them fighting in October, just sort of waiting in the wings, you know how this goes. You tempt fate, you tempt the boxing gods, you slip, you break a hand, God knows what happens, you lose, controversy. Why are they not just fighting each other here in New York, the scene of the crime where the first fight happened a year ago? I don't know if I love this idea, I have to be honest.
Ade Oladipo echoed these same concerns, suggesting that the delay may stem from hesitation within one of the camps. Speaking to DAZN Boxing, he pointed out that experienced promoters like Turki Alalshik have successfully arranged immediate rematches in the past, citing examples like Usyk versus Fury and Bivol versus Beterbiev. Ade implied that internal decisions within Garcia's or Haney's camps were the primary reasons for the delay, rather than external logistical issues.
I will say this off the jump, if they're not fighting each other, it's one person's responsibility here. So, sorry, someone's to blame on either side. So whether it be Devin and his team or Ryan and his team, someone has said no to not fighting each other. Because I think we've seen now with Turkey, he makes these fights and they turn around very, very quickly. We got to see Alexander Usyk Tyson Fury rematch straight away. We got to see Bivol Beterbiev straight away.
Ade also highlighted the risks associated with scheduling separate fights. He compared the situation to the long-anticipated Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua match, which was derailed by an upset loss during a warm-up fight. By allowing Garcia and Haney to take on other opponents first, the chances of unforeseen outcomes increase, which could prevent the rematch altogether.
He would have done this fight straight away. Someone on either side has said, you know what, no, let's have one warm up and then we'll go straight into it.
Oscar De La Hoya has also voiced his concerns about the rematch, but with a specific focus on Devin Haney. He emphasized that Haney faces a significant challenge against Jose Ramirez before he can even think about a rematch with Garcia. According to De La Hoya, this upcoming fight is no easy task, and if Ramirez proves too powerful, it could complicate Haney's path to a second fight with Garcia. De La Hoya even suggested that Haney's legal issues with Garcia could further disrupt the rematch plans.
Taking the rematch is a pretty risky move though.
Yes.
If Devin loses to Ryan Garcia again, we can all wave goodbye to the Haneys. And in order to even get to that fight, Devin has to first get past a tough and hungry Jose Ramirez in May. Watch out, Jose. if you hit him too hard, he might sue you next.
The legal battle between Haney and Garcia adds another layer of complexity. De La Hoya made it clear that for the rematch to happen in October, Haney's camp must first drop their lawsuit against Garcia and Golden Boy. He dismissed the lawsuit as baseless, predicting that the Haneys would eventually abandon it due to its lack of merit. This legal condition adds extra pressure on Haney, who already faces a challenging fight ahead.
Folks, the rematch is set to happen this October, but under one condition. The Haneys must drop their bullshit lawsuit against Ryan and Golden Boy. And of course, the Haneys are willing to drop it because they had no case whatsoever.
Ryan Garcia has also weighed in on the rematch situation, making his position clear. He emphasized that the rematch can only take place if Haney drops the lawsuit. Garcia views Haney's push for a rematch as an attempt to restore his reputation following their first encounter.
No, I mean, the only way he's gonna get any respect is to fight me again and try to do better. So I can see why he would say that. But for me, I don't know. I mean, that interests me for sure. Like, I would be down to do a rematch, but a lot of things need to play out the way I need them to play out.
One of Garcia's main demands is for Haney to withdraw the lawsuit stemming from their previous fight. He has been vocal about his disapproval of Haney's legal actions, calling them a weak move. Despite the ongoing tension, Garcia remains confident in his abilities, believing that his previous victory over Haney already settled the score. For Garcia, there is little doubt about the outcome if a rematch were to happen.
So that could happen. I mean, first and foremost, he needs to drop the lawsuit, even if he wants to have a conversation about it. To me, I thought that was a weak move by him, and now he wants to backtrack and say that's how he's going to get it back, but before he was saying different. So, but I'm ready to fight him. I mean, I've already fought him and beat him.
Teofimo Lopez has also shared his thoughts on the potential rematch, predicting that Garcia would be the favorite. As a fighter positioning himself for major bouts, Lopez has expressed interest in facing the winner of a Garcia-Haney rematch.
Okay, now Haney-Ryan, who wins the rematch?
I think Garcia. I think everybody's gonna pick Garcia, you know.
And then you want the winner of that fight, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we gotta go through these two tough competitors and world-class champions, and then after that, yeah, it'll be the winner between Haney and Garcia. That's what we look at.
There is no denying that Haney versus Ryan is the most anticipated fight in boxing, but before that, both have dangerous hurdles to cross. Ryan Garcia has set the boxing world on fire by officially announcing his comeback. His intense training clips show a fighter obsessed with proving himself. On the other side, Rolando Romero is in no mood to slow down. He's pushing his limits, ready to crush anyone in his way. What do you think? Was it the right decision for Ryan and Haney to take different opponents before their big fight? And who do you think faces the bigger risk of losing? Comment your answers below.